Hey everyone, welcome to the Branding Teacher, the place for entrepreneurs and small business owners to learn how to brand and market their businesses. I am Scott Burgess, and today I'm going to be giving you the top 5 branding mistakes you should not be making. So let's get into it. Throughout my entire career, I've always been obsessed with branding, with how brands look, how the logos are, the brand style, all those things I love. And over the course of my career, especially while working with smaller clients, I've realized there are so many mistakes that entrepreneurs and small business owners make when they're creating their brand. So these are the top 5 branding mistakes that you should not make. Branding mistake number 1 is no logo. Now, I know I just had a video come out about why you need a logo, and I'm gonna continue driving this point home. You need a logo. People identify your brand based upon your logo. It's ingrained in us. As people see your logo more and more, they begin to recognize it and they begin to make the connection between your brand and your products or services. It helps with your brand identity. It separates you from the competition. Not having a logo is a major mistake. It is the number 1 mistake you can make. You need a logo. If you don't have a logo, your branding, your business has no basis to go off of. Your logo helps you with so many things. You can slap it on marketing materials, flyers, brochures, videos. You can use it really anywhere, even on your products. So it's important to have that to help establish that brand identity. Without it, your brand identity is going to be lacking and people are going to not have as much trust in you, so you will have less credibility. Branding mistake number 2 that I see is bad graphic design. Now, I'm a big believer of clean, modern design. Unfortunately, a lot of new designers or people who don't have any design experience tend to really mess up the whole design aspect of a brand. People judge you based on how you look. We do this across our entire life, whether it's how your house looks, how you personally look, the clothing you wear. We're always judging everything based on the look and based upon the preferences we have. The worse your brand looks, the more it looks like a child created it in paint or it was taken from Word, the less credible your branding looks. So you need to have good graphic design. You need to pick the right fonts, the right colors. You need to stylize things on the page right. And your website needs to look good. It all needs to come together in order to showcase what you do and how you do it in a beautiful way. A good example of this was with the company I worked for. When I came on board, the brand was heavy, ugly, horrible logo. It didn't match the same high quality work that they were competing. Once I did a brand refresh and brought into the modern era, it really helped them land more deals and make them more successful. So it's important for your branding to look good. If it looks good, people are instantly going to give you more credibility. Think about when you receive a horrible looking flyer. You can have the same flyer from 2 different companies that say the exact same thing, and one company might actually be better at it with better selling points, but if it looks like shit, you're gonna immediately just put it aside and go with the one that looks better. Branding mistake number 3 is confusing messaging. If what you are saying is confusing, if you don't understand who you are as a company, what you are doing, your purpose as a company, how you sell your products or what you say about your products or services, if people see that what you're putting out into the market is confusing, they're gonna be confused. So you wanna make sure that before you start any marketing, you have your messaging down pat. You know exactly what you want to say about your business and your products or services. If you can do that, you'll be more successful in your marketing overall. Sometimes even in marketing materials, you will see that businesses can contradict themselves. They will say they are great at this, but they're not so great at this, even if they're still related. So you want to make sure that your messaging is clean and clear across the board and that you continue with it. It's okay to make adjustments as you go along with your messaging, but you don't want to be just changing it on the fly. You want to see how the market reacts to you. If you're seeing that it's reactive kind of negatively and you're not being as successful as you want to be, make some tweaks. For example, at a company I used to work for, we realized that a certain channel was more successful for us. So we started changing our marketing materials to really align with that across the entire board. We realized that we couldn't be everything for everyone. So we needed to find that niche and go with it. So at the beginning, we were everything to everyone, we're great at everything, and as we realized that we really weren't great at everything, we started changing our messaging to match what we were actually good at. So as you go along through your messaging, as your business grows, You can tweak it, just make sure you're not changing it on the fly all the time, because once again, that will be confusing not only to your customers, but more importantly to your potential customers. Branding mistake number 4 that I see is inconsistency. And this could be across the board, from using different colors, different fonts, using different marketing materials, using different styles of marketing materials, using different words or verbiage. All of this needs to be consistent. Once you establish your brand, you need to continue pushing out that brand. For the branding teacher, I'm always saying I'm here to help small business owners and entrepreneurs learn how to brand and market their businesses. That is my goal. That is what I do. So you see that across all my marketing efforts. Even in my PPC ads, it's talking about that. So you need to be consistent across all of your different avenues, whether it be your marketing, your social media, your brand voice. It needs to be consistent. You will be surprised at how good your customers can be at pointing out when things are wrong. You say the wrong thing in an email, you will be surprised how many times I've gotten an email back from someone that says, this doesn't seem right. I think you made a mistake here. Because people pick up on things and they notice everything. So just because you think no one's watching, everyone is always watching. So be sure to be consistent across your entire branding and marketing. And finally, branding mistake number 5 that I see is over branding. And when you hear that, you think, oh my God, how? He is all about branding. You can over brand your marketing. You can over brand yourself. You want to make sure that people know who you are and have a brand identity. And this is most important early on as you're establishing your brand. You want to make sure you're using your logo. You want to make sure you're using everything in your power to make sure that people understand who you are and what you do. But as you get more established, it's okay to pull back and use your logo less. It's okay not to overbrand or say things a certain way. Once your customers and potential customers understand who you are and what you do, it's okay to pull back on the branding aspect just a little bit. You don't want to be too pushy. You don't want to be too in their face. You don't want to have a big logo slapped on everything. You don't need that. You don't need a logo on every single social media post. You don't need a logo on every single opening of your video on TikTok. You don't need that. It's okay not to have branding on everything. As long as you're pushing out content and pushing out marketing in a consistent manner, people are going to see that. And when you overbrand things, it can come across too pushy and too self-serving, and people will react negatively to that and ding you on your credibility and not want to buy your product or service. So it's important to have a fine line when it comes to branding and making sure you're not overusing your logo, overusing your heavy fonts, your headlines, your important words you call out. You don't want to overuse things. So those are the top 5 branding mistakes I see people make on a regular basis. What are some of the branding mistakes you see people make? Be sure to comment down below with that. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And more importantly, if you like what you see, please subscribe to help me grow this channel. And I'll see you guys next week. Thank you.